welcome. Welcome to Two Nigerian Women. My name is Ibukun,
And my name is Abidemi.
and we are so happy you could join us on this special recording. And
Yeah.
today we are recording a special because today is Nigerian Independence Day.
Hey, happy birthday, Nigeria. Happy
Happy,
birthday.
happy birthday.
How old are
Well,
we again?
oh gosh, 1960. So,
Yes.
Lordy, what does that make it? Doing the
Is
math.
oh dear.
Exactly.
I can't believe I'm actually thinking about
Are we struggling? 63. I think it's
63.
63.
I said 63 and I'm like, no.
Ah,
I remember
The,
we were
the
coming.
math was not mathing.
No, it wasn't Martin. I remember when Nigeria was 35, the
Mm,
nostalgia, that was 30
mm,
odd years ago. It was 30 but more of 35 because the
mhm,
calendars that were brought out because my dad
mm.
was in the military, so we got a 35 Nigeria Independence 35 card. It was a really big thing. The what's that word, the fun fair that came with it, and I think
Yeah,
it was 30 odd years ago. It was 93, so the capital had just basically not basically moved but just moved to Abuja, so it was a new
Abuja.
city,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah.
new. Yes, so it was still an up and coming um environment for businesses to thrive, and so many things were still coming up. The ministries were still shuttling back and forth, the embassies were still
Mm,
shuttling back and forth between Lagos and Abuja. But the fun fair that came with the fact that they were doing that, in fact, I think they did some festivities in Lagos because there was no, I don't think there was any stadium. So they celebrated a couple of things in TBS then. And then
Papa
we had
Manuel
that
Square, for those who might not be.
we had the House of Parliament in
Mm,
Onikon then. It's no more there anymore. And it was a big thing because I don't know if the Commonwealth, so the Queen sent her regards anyway. But
yeah.
yes, it was a very big thing. So there was a lot of celebration, fun fair, but they extended to Abuja because it was a up and coming city. But it was just the nostalgia in the air, it was the people, it was the celebration, it was also the hope for a better, brighter Nigeria. Are we
Mm,
a lot better than we were 30 odd years ago? I don't think so. I feel things were better then than now in terms of governance. And we're in military rule. But in terms of, excuse my house, I'm having building
yeah.
work done, so there's going to be a lot of noise. So
Mm,
excuse
yeah.
us. Um,
Excuse us for the noise. But yeah, Sissy,
yes,
look, let's start off with what's interesting about Nigeria, what we love about Nigeria, and then we will talk through what we're still praying for for
yes.
Nigeria.
Okay, so I have gone on a search and I have a couple of things which gives a lot of personality to the things about Nigeria.
Okay.
So was gotten off a website, and Nigeria is a land of over 200 million smiles. They didn't say 200 million people, they said 200 million smiles. And you
Wow.
know that's true because
Wow.
the way we carry ourselves, despite all that's happening around us, we're still joyful, happy people. In fact, there was a survey that was done that Nigeria is one of the happiest people. Nigeria is one of the happiest people on earth,
Mm,
and is the sixth most populous country in the world. It
mm,
has an unrivaled cultural magnificence. So it's a multinational state that is
mm.
inhabited with over 250 ethnic groupings, which the largest are Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. I have my sentiments about that, but I'll just leave it at that for now. And these ethnic groups speak over 500 different languages, some
Yeah.
still undiscovered. At the time, it used
Mm-hmm.
to be over 300, now it's 500,
500. Yeah.
and have diverse cultures, exhibit unique art, a rich array of cuisine, fashion
Mm-hmm.
styles, festivals exist across the different tribes.
Mm-hmm.
It is home to Africa's oldest dye pit, Kofa Mata Dye Pit in Kano, which was established in 1498. And it
Interesting.
continues to preserve the traditional tie and dye production process in northern Nigeria.
Please
It can be
note,
found in
for
Kano.
those of you who can see us, please note this is why I'm wearing what I'm wearing. This is like an off green and white tie and dye top. This
Yes.
is Nigeria.
It-
It is
yes,
what we are.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's
see
true.
what my CC is wearing.
I'm
This
just
is
wearing a
another
beaded
one.
danshiki, like a short, like beaded stuff. I can't remember. It was my mom that got it for me. But yeah, next time we'll rock our gillies. But yeah,
Why
we'll
not?
do that.
Yes.
And
Go on.
the methods and skills used from dyeing are the
Mm.
ancient ones that have been handed over from generation to generation. Then
Mm-hmm.
Africa's first Nobel laureate, who is Ibukun's uncle, in 1986, Wale Soyinka was the first Black African playwright to be
Please
awarded the Nobel Literature.
wait.
I, because he's Egba and your mom is Egba, so
I
yeah, he's
don't
your
know
uncle.
him. Yes, he's uncle to all of us, but I don't know him. And he doesn't know me. So hey. What?
Did you
Yeah, what?
also know?
Mm.
Did you also know that one of the world's largest diversity of butterflies,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful butterflies, can be found in Nigeria? Their
Really?
exceptional biodiversity and boost an abundance of fauna and flora. So we have
Okay.
good like plantation and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Presently, there are over 1,000 documented species of butterflies, and new species are being discovered every day.
Wow.
Nigeria has two spectacular UNESCO World Heritage Sites. So UNESCO is United Nations Economic and Social Cultural Organization. So things that have gone on for quite a long time. So I might not have gotten that well.
Okay.
I'm having a bit of brain fog.
Mm.
But it's called the Shuka Cultural Landscape in Adamawa State. I never knew that. But I know about the Oshun Oshogo Sacred Grove in Oshun. I've been there before.
That's where we're from.
Yeah, from
That's
Oshogo. I
my
thought yeah.
father. So my father's heritage
Oh,
is Oshun,
okay.
area Oshun to be
Okay.
specific. And my mom is
I've been
Eba,
to Erin,
Abelta.
oh,
Say
I've been to Erin Jesha. But I've
yes,
been to Erin Jesha, the waterfalls that are 7 levels. I've
yes,
been there.
yes.
Yeah.
So area
Funny
Oshun is the birthplace, if you will, of Oshun. Yeah, go on.
funny enough, there was
Mm.
this guy that I was supposed to get married to at some point. I think my dad was very
Another story.
wonderful opposed to that idea. He is from Erin Oshu.
Wait,
Anyway,
who is this
so
person? Are you telling me you are about to be my cousin?
yeah, exactly. I was
Oh
about to be your
my God.
cousin by marriage. But I dusted my slippers and I picked grace and I ran. That's a story for another day. So the seventh important fact is fueling artistic expressions through art.
Mm.
From the Benin Kingdom to contemporary art,
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian artists and artisans are unrivaled, which is true.
Very
We
true.
have what's that? Ben. We have Ben. What's his name? The guy that did the bust of the Queen. He
Oh,
presented
I
to
haven't
her when we
seen.
got our independence, when she became queen.
Mm.
I remember his name. I'm a bit of brain fog, like I said. We
I'll find
have a
his
lot
name
of
for
world.
you.
Yes, we have Ben and is it Enwonwu? I think Ben
I'll find.
Enwonwu. He did a bust of the Queen. So he's I don't know if he's Benin. I'm not sure where he's from, but he did that and it was very good artistically. Then there was
You.
also another well-known artist that did three portraits, but one
Mhm.
was of the princess of Ife.
Mm.
And that picture was in an attic 2 or 3 during lockdown in London. They've been looking
Wow.
for it for years. It was painted in the 40s, I think, and it was just found. And it's one of three. I don't know where the other two are.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
some artists who have pioneered Nigeria's modern art are Nike Davis Okundaye. She owns the Nike Art Gallery in
Mm-hmm.
Lagos, in Lekki.
Mm-hmm.
Bene Wood I just mentioned,
Yes.
Bruce
So it's
Ono
mm.
Faye, that's
Mm-hmm.
another well-known artist, and
Mm.
Erabo Ogiava Mopai, that's another one. And most of them have been in cultural heritage. A
Mm.
unique Nigerian spirit. I agree with that. Nigerians are known to be intelligent, hardworking people, and for the can-do and never say never attitude, which is
Yep.
complemented with a
Mhm.
friendly, accommodating spirit. Now tell me,
That is
we
all.
know Nigeria
That's
make
it.
you feel at home. Even if they don't know you. You are my brother, you're my sister. Oh, you want to know about us?
We will
Never,
feed
never
you.
say never. We will try. So
We
we are
will
good
feed
when we
you
want to
well.
be good, and we are good when we want to be bad. Very, very good in doing that. So we can go from one extreme to another extreme, but the never say never can do attitude that embodies the Nigerian spirit. There is
It
nowhere you go in this world that you will not find Nigerians.
mm,
Nowhere.
mm,
Absolutely
mm.
nowhere.
Mm.
Even the most remote places. Like I heard about not a pastor, a well-known couple in
Mm.
Greenland. Would you believe that
Wow.
there's a Nigerian in Greenland and they're doing
I'm
quite
not.
well for themselves? And Greenland is cold. So yeah. Then the ninth is the world's second largest film industry and pioneer of Afrobeats.
Yes.
Nigeria's film industry is the second largest film producer in the world, and the country also continues to maintain pioneering status with its music, which have played major roles in shaping Africa's music scene as well as influenced contemporary world music.
Yep.
Recent artists like Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido, Tiwa Savage are taking, and a lot more are taking Afrobeats to a new level. But these
Mm-hmm.
people rode on the backs of other people. We
Yes, they
have the
do.
likes of Fela, we have
Mm-hmm.
the Twin 77, we have
Mm-hmm.
the likes of the Lijadu sisters, we have the likes of
Tony Ade.
who else? Sonny Ade, thank you. We have Wasiu. I no, not why we have Wasiu Ayinde. No, that's one one. That's a bit
Uh,
more recent. But we have
yes.
people that have made the foundation. We have Orlando Julius, Orlando Owo. These are people that have pioneered Nigerian Afrobeat music. And then you have the generation that are the Plantation Boys. You have
I
the
want to ask
Remedy. You have
Shino Peters. I know
yeah,
it's
yes,
the
exactly.
90s, but
Peters.
Shino Peters
You
was the one
have
who
Shina
got the beat.
Peters.
The
Oh my
beat.
goodness. And we had a dance. You had to do the dance. You just
Oh,
had to secondary school and you
yes.
had boys.
See,
Baby, go back to me. Yeah, Baba, don't tell it. Don't Dakutu. Sorry, I don't speak Yoruba very well. Go sound SMG. And you do your shoulder. Yeah, 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 yeah,
your
baby,
shoulder.
baby. Ọlọ́run fẹ́mi wá o. I don't want to sing the next part. But it was very, and then it was a bit raunchy and lewd as well. So when
Yes,
secondary
I
school,
was
I
scared
started
of that too.
I had a classmate. In fact, I was talking about it with a friend of mine. Shout
Mm.
out to my judge, my future judge, or my judge in the making.
Yes.
And mentioned this guy's name, and she was like, his first name is Emmanuel. I'm not gonna say his surname. But
Okay.
anytime he saw girls, he would sing, yeah, 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 baby, baby, you'll be singing rubbish. Oh my goodness. And you couldn't help but blush or laugh or get irritated. It was either or. But
Oh.
he always got into trouble for singing, Peter's songs. And
Mm.
that was when it first came out. So it was all the rave. And then
Mm.
there was also a song from Yemi My Lover, another well-known Nigerian Yoruba movie
Mm.
that's yes, all encompassed. So we had that as well. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
ninth fact. The tenth fact is the economic heartbeat of Africa. Nigeria
Mm.
boasts of one of the largest economies in Africa and is projected to rank among the world's top 10 economies by 2050. God, we're
Mm.
believing you to bring us to that place.
Based on
It's the
what
largest.
though? Based on what? What is the
I
main?
think this article was written during Jonathan's era, and that is when we were
Mm.
President Jonathan. I think
Okay.
that's when they was opening up for so many things before
Mm.
insecurity and so many things over. So we have a lot of getting back to a certain place. But right now,
Mm.
with the last government that just finished and this one in, sorry, we are sliding, we are declining in
Mm.
rapid decline. So there's nothing that's going to come out from this at all. Buhari did a number on Nigeria as a whole, and we are paying for it, we're still going to pay for it. And then we have now gotten to a new government that is still worse off. So
It's
these
part of what
predictions,
we are praying for.
2050,
Mm.
yes, 2050, we are
Mm.
praying, but a lot of things have gone down that I don't
Mm.
even know.
Mm.
Um, Nigeria is one of the largest oil and gas producer in Africa and has an abundance of resources. The country holds the largest natural gas reserves on the continent and is Africa's largest oil and gas producer. I already said that.
Mm-hmm.
The Nigerian flag symbolizes natural wealth and peace.
Mm.
It is a vertical bicolor tri-band of green, white, green, and the
Mm-hmm.
green stripes represent Nigeria's natural wealth, and the white
Mm.
band represents peace. It was designed in 1959 by Michael Taiwa King Kumi, who recently passed last month and was
Mm.
officially adopted on 1st of October 1960. Rest in peace, sir.
Mm.
The coat of arms representing dignity, fertile soil, strength, and national flower. The
mm,
Nigerian coat of arms features two white horses supporting a black shield, with a white Y shape running across the middle.
mm,
Above the shield is an eagle on a green and white band, and yellow flowers at the bottom, yellow and green
mm,
flowers at the bottom.
mm,
The horse represents dignity and the shield represents Nigeria's fertile soil.
mm,
The eagle represents strength, while the green, white, green represents Nigeria's rich soil. The Y
mm,
shaped on the back shield represents the River Niger and Benue
anyway.
rivers. Where
Mm,
I'm from, we have the Niger,
mm,
and the yellow flower at the base of the of Nigerians of the what they call the coat of arms is
mm,
Nigeria's national flower, which is
mm,
the Costus spectabilis. I never knew we had a national flower.
mm,
And the banderole is Nigeria's national motto since 1978: unity,
mm,
faith, peace,
mm,
and progress. It was formerly peace, unity, and freedom. Now it's
mm.
unity, faith, peace, and
Peace and
progress.
progress. Mm,
So that's it. And then I just have a little bit to run through. We have over 500 indigenous languages spoken, 250 ethnic groups can be found in
mm,
Nigeria.
mm-hmm.
Lagos is Nigeria's largest city, but not its capital. It used to be its capital
It
up
used
until
to.
1991, recently, yes.
Mm,
You can only find an Anambra waxbill bird in southern Nigeria. So there's a unique bird that can only be found in Nigeria.
wow.
And there have been about 5 reported sightings of this bird in
Wow.
Nigeria. Yes. Is home, yeah, I'll talk about the die pit, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nollywood is bigger than Hollywood, I agree. And also,
Definitely.
it is customary to not look into anyone's eyes. For Westerners, looking directly at someone's eyes is an act of respect and personal interest to a person. However, you are in Nigeria or in other parts of Africa, remember it is not their custom to look directly into
Mm,
someone's eye. They consider it an aggressive posture, especially if you're a younger person.
mm,
A younger person faces a much older person or superior. I don't believe that's
mm.
true. Then also, it's seen that people that use their left hand can be seen as extremely dirty people, which is not
Agreed.
true because they are gifted in using their left or using both. But you had people that
Oh,
were
you mean to
villainized for using
write?
their left hand,
To write. Yeah.
right, and also to give stuff. Because if you are
Mm,
left-handed, left brain, you are giving someone your left hand, people get offended. So here,
mm,
I don't have any issue with that, but I have sometimes that my mom kind of tells me off or tells my children off, and I go like, left, right, whatever, they're giving you something. I don't think it matters. So there's a lot of unlearning and relearning that I've had to
mm,
do.
mm, mm,
I'm still doing it. Excuse me. So
mm.
yes, yeah, that's some of it. But I'm sure we have more to run through. But I just did a general like fact check on it. Yeah.
And thank you, Sissy, for running through that. And this is where we bring in our sponsors. So this episode, special episode of Independence Day, is being
Mm.
brought to you by simsforhome.co.uk. Myself and Sissy are
Yes.
based here in the UK, and we use Sims for Home ourselves. We always promote what we have tested and what we believe you would like as
Right.
well. And yes, Sims for
Yeah.
Home offers non contracted SIM card solutions on all the major UK networks. It will give you the freedom and
Yes.
flexibility you deserve. So you don't need to have a contract. For those of you who have your contracts about to end, consider Sims for Home because you can say goodbye to minimum terms that ties you into getting a new phone that you don't want, and hello to hassle free
Mm.
connectivity. The different plans, data, as well as minutes. So please visit sims4home.co.uk. So it's SIMS number 4 home.co.uk. And let them know two Nigerian women sent you. But yeah,
Yes, please.
sims4home.co.uk for your next service. So thank you, Sissy, for taking us through these interesting facts. It's fascinating when you take some time, to relearn or even learn something new about a
Yeah.
certain subject. And Nigeria is such a fascinating country. It's for you country of birth, but for me country of youth. That's where I grew up, and I love that country. But I think it's more the idea of it that I love as opposed to the reality now. And we will
Yeah,
talk a bit about
yeah.
that. But let's talk about what we love about Nigeria. You mentioned music. We are all about the beat.
Oh,
All
I
about
am
the
all about the beats. I love Nigerian music. There is no Nigerian music that you cannot dance to, or you
mm,
can't even. Some of the lyrics can be a bit all over the place, or some of them can be a bit rubbish. But
mm,
it's danceable, it's fun, it's catchy, and some of them come with lessons. But you
exactly.
can't go to a party that's up and coming, or party now, even the club and the rave and do all those kind of things, and they're not playing a Nigerian song.
What in the
So we
UK,
have a
you mean?
well-known artist,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, even in America, even in Canada, it is catching on.
Mm,
It is catching on. So you have more people that are interested in Nigerian music, Afro
mm,
beats. They are interested in knowing it. They're also interested in the food. So
mm,
I love entertainment. There was a time that was all about comedians, and now it's no more. It's about the music. The music
mm,
brings people together. The music spreads love. The music brings community. The
mm, mm,
music brings togetherness. The music is an awesome topic of conversation. Even
mm,
getting to know people, it is
mm,
it is great.
mm,
Went for a friend's party time excuse me, sometime last month, and
mm,
we went somewhere random. It was the middle of London, nothing.
mm,
And most
mm.
of us were Nigerian, and they started playing Nigerian song. And we all got up, and then they made us lead the whole crew. And we're all dancing. Excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry, we're all dancing. And it was just really, really nice and lively. It's like it got everyone
Mm,
off their seats.
mm,
So there's no how, if you're a dancing person, you want to move your body because it's the beat that gets you.
mm-hmm,
I also love the people. There is just something about being with Nigerians, among Nigerians, in
mm,
Nigeria. It's
mm.
just different. It's just a
It's a
community sense of
vibe.
love, togetherness.
Honestly, the young people use vibe, vibe, vibe. Genuinely, go to
Yeah,
Lagos.
yeah,
You would understand what a vibe is. It's an energy. There's an
yes,
energy.
that you cannot explain until you get
Ah,
there.
exactly.
Then you-
And that's where the happy people thing comes from, because you
yes,
go to even when you see a street hawker, they will make you smile, because the way they would joke about what you are doing compared to what they are selling, you're like, what in the world? Okay, give me one of your gala or your plantain chips or something. And it's just, we have an effortless humor about us. If you listen to a
yeah,
typical Nigerian conversation, and I'm sure you've been listening to our conversation, we do not intend to joke or make light of a situation, but just by our mannerisms and our antidotes, you would think
it
it's
does.
a comedy
Yeah,
show.
it does come out. Yeah,
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 but
it does
let's.
come out. And thank you. People enjoy what they do, and then also is the fact that a lot of people know that whatever.
Mhm,
Sometimes you have a few that don't think that way, but a lot of people know that whatever they're going through is a stepping stone to something bigger, better, and greater.
mhm,
So
mhm,
a lot of people, it's a temporal thing because they're moving on from whatever it is. It's just the joy in doing what they're doing. Even the
mhm,
bus conductor out there is joyful in his own way. Is
mhm.
humorous in his own way.
Yep.
Is light in his own way. Um, like we have in Lagos, there's a story of not story. We have a lot of area boys, so the boys in the area just hang around, and sometimes
Mm,
most of the time are up to no good. And I used to work with a well-known comedian, and he
mm,
had a show in Muson Center in Oniko. So one of the girls that was working, my colleagues, her phone got stolen.
mm,
And one of the staff, just because they have a guy, his name is Tunde, he used to be in Onikon.
mm,
So one of the staff went to look for Tunde and told Tunde that they had stolen one of our phones.
mm.
Tunde said, okay, I'll get back to you. Do you know that phone came out?
Of course,
We got the phone.
of course, no
And that's
shipping.
the thing. So even in doing whatever business they are doing, there's still some kind of dignity.
Mm.
You okay? When this area, you told
Yeah,
us
among
we are
you.
protecting you. Yeah, we are protecting you. So it's our responsibility to find this thing. The phone came out.
Oh wow.
It's there's just something about Nigeria, and then the
Mm.
food. Oh, food is divine.
Sister,
Like
look.
I can really put on weight in Nigeria because I was eating healthy, wholesome, organic, straight from the farm to the pot food, and it will be
In
yummy.
season. In
You
season.
don't in season, and there's
Mm,
always something. I grew up. Part of my childhood was in the north,
mm.
and there's a season for sugarcane. There's a season for agbalumo. There's a season for groundnuts. There's a season for donkwa. No, donkwa is generally. There's a
Which
season
one?
for.
What's
There's
junk
so
one?
many things. So
Which
it's
one?
like a sweet. Is a sweet granite cake with sugar.
Ah,
It's
okay.
rolled up. I have here. It's rolled up in a bowl. A lot of times I eat it, but it's
Mm,
very spicy. It has ginger, spice, cloves, everything. It's
mm,
really, really, really hot, but
mm,
really yummy. It's
mm.
like kuli kuli but in soft
Okay.
form. So it's
Ah,
rolled.
okay.
Um, there's
And
a balewa. Balewa is like colored bale. Some
like,
people call it alewa. Balewa is like colored chalk. It's like it's candy but colored. It's like chalk, but different
mm,
colors. But
mm.
it's just sugar.
I've never
That's
heard of
another
that
one.
one.
Um,
Okay.
in velvet, we call it, in Lagos, call it velvet and marine, but in the north they had a particular name. You open it and it has like a seed. I think they call it tamarind. Then there's
And
tamarind.
it's
There's a
sour, kind of sweet. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
There's also the other one that they use for kunu that is sour. And if you lick it too much, your tongue will start peeling. It's like a proper kick of vitamin C. So you have a
Mm,
lot of those things that in season. There's dorowa. Dorowa is like a hard nut. You have to scratch, but you eat it.
mm,
They
mm,
have all sorts of things. There's kunu tamia, there's kunu jeddah, there's normal
mm,
kunu.
mm.
We even have zobo. Zobo was not even that popular. Zobo
It
hibiscus leaf.
wasn't
Nah, it was
just now that everyone is on it.
our pap. So my home, because my parents grew up in the north, is still a very
Mm,
much northern things that we do, even the way we make our meals.
mm,
So even our pap that we have that's like custard is made with ginger, pepper,
mhm.
cloves,
Wow.
and it's hot.
Wow.
It is really hot. It's tasty.
Wow.
So when you think about it, so that influence, and I still have that here as well. And we don't even use corn. We use corn and dawa, so we use millet instead.
Millet.
So it's red.
Okay. Because
Yeah,
we
it's
we
red.
in the west and south, we would use
Mm.
millet to make okababa. I think they call
Oh,
it something
it's
brown
like
in
it's
tea.
like it's like okababa, but it's pap. We don't use. It's more of millet than corn because it was healthier. It was
Okay.
better. It was
Okay.
less starchy.
I think
So
okababa,
we have
please correct us in the comments if we're getting this mixed up. But I think okababa
corn.
was
Yeah,
mainly millet. I don't think there was corn in okababa.
corn.
But I don't,
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
because it was red.
Well, we
It was red. And then we had
yeah
ogi, which was, and you could have yellow ogi or white ogi,
yellow,
depending
white. Yes, no.
on
I
the
don't.
type
We.
of corn.
I can't remember last time I had white or yellow ogi. It has to be brown. Not brown. I'm not eating.
You're not
And you
eating.
still see the taste of pepper and everything inside.
You eat that on a Saturday morning with akara, which is a
Oh,
fried
you will
cake.
see
Eh?
bean cake. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Oh, fried
You will
bean
see.
cake with chilies and
You will see.
onions. Oh,
Oh my.
your head and your tongue. I'm salivating as I speak.
No,
Or if you don't have
it is.
akara, eat it with moi
Moi
moi.
moi
Mm. And then let's talk
is still
about
fine.
food. See, we are foodies. Myself and Sisi, we like our food, but it must be tasty. Street food.
When I go to Nigeria, I love going to Bukas. I will not lie. I like Bukas because it's
That's
tasty.
where
It's
you
yummy.
get
You
your
get the
tasty.
and then you also get to see the conversations. The
Ah,
people is different. If you go to a prim and proper place, there's time and place for that. Go to prim and proper, everybody's all prim and proper, and everybody's just minding their own damn business. But that one, everybody's all up in everyone's business. I see
look.
people with their ties, getting amala hot, amala fele with begiri. They're
Oh,
getting the whole
see,
flavor. Getting
it's
stew
not
is
even that.
just
Okay,
stew.
that's still proper food. Let's talk about the snacky food, the puff puff, the
Oh,
buns, the
oh my
corn,
god, egg
grilled
roll,
corn, egg roll. Look, and my mother
the
used
roast.
to just, eh?
There's roasted yam as well, but roasted yam by the
Roasted
roadside.
yam,
There's roasted
fried
yam,
yam. My mother used to have
fried
a
puff
body
puff
man.
at the
So
same.
Boli is roasted plantain. They roast it over coal on an like open fire. A lot of the street food
Yeah.
was open fire cooking. And then how can we not mention suya? Where is
Hey, that's the best one, oh.
where
My
is the
mom
where is
actually
life
brings
without
suya from
suya?
Nigeria. My
So
mom brings suya from Nigeria. I don't miss it.
look,
You should freeze it and bring it for me. So I do
honestly,
suya. What else?
I
I
miss
miss
Nigerian
Nigerian
food.
bread. But
Ah,
Nigerian bread in Nigeria,
oh,
then is it the ewa going? Ewa going is now a street food. You buy
look.
ewa going in the bread and they give it to you.
For our listeners who are not Nigerian,
Is it
ewa is
burger?
beans,
Is it akara burger?
akara
Akara
burger,
burger.
bean cake in between Nigerian bread and eat it like a burger.
See, they are good to go.
Look, you see, these are our childhood memories, and you think, oh, we're probably over egging it. But trust me, anyone who tries Nigerian cuisine, ask our friends we've introduced. Anyone who tries Nigerian cuisine is like, where have you been all my life? You need to
Oh,
understand, sister, jollof rice. How have we not mentioned this? I know. And for those of you out there going jollof what blah blah blah, someone said it perfectly. The Senegalese developed it. The Nigerians perfected it. Yes, we own
finish.
it.
Case
We
closed. Can
own
we
it.
end this podcast now?
We're
We are
done. We're
done.
done. We're just done.
That's
The jollof
we
rice,
are
the jollof rice that came from Senegal.
the
When I
irony is,
a bit more pepper, a bit more bay leaf, a bit more this, and then put some
and less
smoke.
decoration. Let's see. If we can, let's not show ourselves outside because me, I have a lot of things to say. Let me not just say. Let me just respect myself and not say it. But the thing is that even do you know I didn't like jollof rice in Nigeria. I didn't like eating it at home. I only eat it at party. Now that
Mm.
I've come and seen
Jollof.
it, I enjoy. I actually score myself. Sometimes I
Mm.
do jollof rice and say, "This jollof is not jollof." People like it.
Mm.
I don't.
Mm. Mm.
My mom actually told somebody in Nigeria that she's looking forward to eating my jollof rice. I'm like, okay. The
Mm.
master is saying that kind of thing about me. So you can imagine. So yeah, jollof rice is a go-to food. I always have jollof rice in my house.
Jollof
My
rice is
kids
life.
always have jollof. Jollof is jollof and plantain,
Mm. Mm.
coleslaw, or Nigerian salad. You're good to go.
Mm. Mm.
My
See,
children
and
take, in fact, my daughter took jollof rice to school, and one
mm.
of her friends always disturbed her and
Mm.
said her mommy should learn how to make jollof rice for me. One day,
Wow.
my daughter took, and then the rice dropped on the table. She picked the grain and ate it.
Oh wow. That's
That's
how
how
it
she started
was.
to
That's how
cook
deep
jollof
it
rice.
was.
It always smelled so nice.
No
Always smells
wahala.
like that she wants to learn. She wants her mom to. I've
No
been
wahala.
planning and planning. It never worked out. Although she has stopped asking now because I've just been so busy, but I need to sort it out. But yes,
Please cook jollof
jollof
rice for
rice.
the people to say why. Why are you holding it up?
They're Italian, but I can teach them how to do it without making
Without
it
putting too much
peppery.
chilies. We are very considerate people, and yes, we've mentioned from the north, from the west, but look, we love our Nigerian food. I love black soup from Benin, the where you use bitter leaf and other
Yes,
leaves and spices. I love the
I
ofe
like.
nsala, ofe aku from the
Oh my goodness,
east.
I like ofe onubu because I served in Abia State, so ofe onubu. I like okpa. So certainly okpa
Mm,
is a cornmeal in a no, it's not cornmeal. Sorry, it's kind of beans. I can't remember what kind of beans, but it's made
mm,
in banana leaves
mm.
and boiled and yellow,
Yes.
but it's really really
Okay.
nice.
Wow.
So I like okpa.
I've not
I
tried that
like
one.
I like abacha. I like abacha.
I
I
want to
like
eat that. Yeah. I've
abacha
seen
is
it.
yummy.
I've not tried
Wait,
it.
even abacha, even here. I mean, I have a friend. I mean, asking her for abacha. She's been doing shakara for me. Well done, oh, Elizabeth. I have been
Mhm.
calling her and calling her for abacha. She said, oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. I love abacha. I love tapioca. I'm not sure if tapioca is it. So tapioca is the one you eat. Is like shavings of coconut and cassava, boiled cassava, and you eat it and eat together. But
Okay.
I'm not a fan of unko. Unkobi is goat head pepper soup. I won't. I see. If it's not
See,
beef, oh, if it's not liver, I'm not
we
eating.
miss pepper soup.
Mhm.
Please,
Oh
if you
yeah.
are not Nigerian and they tell you come and eat pepper soup, approach with caution. Respect yourself. Pepper soup is not bell pepper with that talking
Uh,
chili. It is a
hot
broth.
one.
It's a
I'll blow a
broth
gas.
that they have packed its head with chili. Eh? Your scalp will be sweating, your ears will be sweating, your whole body. It is good if you have a cold. So if you have the flu,
Mm,
ask a Nigerian friend to make you pepper soup. It will go. It can't stay when you drink pepper
okay,
soup.
we'll keep down that.
But,
That's
but
true.
yeah, there's so many. Our food
I
is so
sure when
diverse.
I made pepper soup on Thursday because my daughter was poorly.
Mm,
Was it Thursday or Friday? And they've now got it down to a tea that they have pepper soup with bread,
okay.
brioche bread. So they dip it in it. So they
Oh
eat pepper
wow.
soup with bread. I don't.
So
For me,
sophisticated.
it's still very weird. But anyway, whatever they're eating, but they eat it can be as peppery as ever.
Oh
One
yeah.
will eat it. If it's not beef or chicken, I'm not eating.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
don't.
has
I
to be
can't. I don't
proper.
have. I don't
But
have those
not
old files. I just.
but fish pepper soups, you
I
see.
can't.
Ah. Mm.
No, it's too. The bone.
Fish
Ah, no,
pepper.
no, no. I won't enjoy it because I have to
Mm,
be careful
mm,
before I
mm.
swallow bone. So because of that, I won't eat. I avoid
No.
that. But yeah,
Yeah.
pepper soup is amazing. People, I don't eat snail. Pepper snail is another good thing in Nigeria. I don't like snail. My husband eats snail. I don't eat snail. But it's another amazing thing.
See,
Peppered
I
snail.
don't know
My
how I
husband.
could get you to mention dodo. Eh?
Yeah, I said fried plantain now.
Fried
So it's
plantain.
amazing.
Sorry. So it's called dodo.
Is
And
it?
but fried plantain. Eh?
Mhm.
Sorry.
Is it
Go on.
giz dodo? That's another level. Giz
Gift
dodo is
dodo is
another
another
level.
level. That's gizzard and dodo combined with
Oh
pepper,
my
with
goodness.
chilies.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
see,
Then you got. Do you know about ojojo as well?
yes,
Do you know? Oh,
water yam
I
with
love it.
all.
The fried one. I don't like. What's the other one that they do that they roll it in leaf in spinach? Is water yam? Is it water yam?
Yes, it's water yam. Yeah, I've seen them do that. And then they boil it, don't
Ikokore.
they? Oh, okay, you
Ikokore. My
don't like
mom
that
eats
one.
it. I'll eat ojojo any day, but I won't eat ikokore. Sorry, count
Oh,
me out.
but you know what?
I feel disappointed when I eat
It's
it.
fair enough, because you're expecting something else and it doesn't match the situation.
Yeah, it's just
I
like
know,
ugh. So
I
I
know.
don't like it. But maybe as I'm older, maybe I
Yeah.
will because when we were more in the north, my mom used to give us pete. So pete is like couscous,
Oh, okay, okay.
pete like that. And I
Mhm.
hated it. But now that I'm older, I eat couscous. I have couscous and stew. I have it with salad. I don't mind
Mhm,
having couscous. I can eat 2,
mhm.
3 times a week. I'm fine with it. But when I was small, it was like the worst thing ever that you could give me.
So there's
So you
hope.
have
So
that as
for
well.
mothers who are despairing about picky eaters as children, genuinely, they will grow up and want what they didn't want when they were young. It's like my
That's true.
Sissy, we done a disservice. Pounded yam. We didn't mention it.
Oh, where my mom is from, that's their national
No,
food.
same
And
as
then where my dad is from is their national food too. So you cannot.
honestly. Pounded
See,
yam is literally what
can't,
it says on the tin. Pounded yam. Yam.
I cannot. I
Hmm.
cannot eat ola ola. I will manage it, but I have a blend.
Why
See,
are you
my blenders
mentioning
have.
their name? Did they tell you to mention their name? Come and
Sorry, we
sponsor
have to
us.
cut it
Oh.
out.
Yeah, I eat it.
No, 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 cut it out, cut it out, cut it. No, no, no. So I rather use my blender.
I will eat it in my house. Come sponsor us. Don't give her,
I,
give me.
I rather use blender. So now I've learned that you can grate, you can blend the yam raw,
Bro, and
and
then
then
listen. It's
yes,
not the
so it will
same,
be.
Sissy. It's not the same. It's
I'd
not.
rather eat that than eat that other one. Ah, no, 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 no.
Me,
Please.
I eat it. Because I found a way. The way I make it, I like it. But I know I made it for Sissy and she's still not
Cook it
convinced.
well, but I don't like it because it's not authentic. Where's the yam? Where's the yam?
Where's the
It's
yam?
not there. It's the process. The process is missing.
But no, there's so much. Our food is so diverse, and I think
It
that
is.
I think what it is because of the way our ancestors evolved. their palate is so sophisticated, and also because of the ports that were around us, spices were
Yeah.
brought through Nigeria that stayed there. And
Yeah.
we thought, how are we going to use this one? Because cloves, I didn't know we had cloves in the north, that sort of
Me
thing.
too.
But the food is not just one flavor. It's not just salt and pepper. No, you have the herbs, you have the spices. We use ginger, we use garlic now. We use so
We
many
use
different.
basil. Basil is called saint leaf, but it's
Efirin,
basil, but we call it saint
yes,
leaf in
we
Nigeria.
have a
Efirin, thank
basil
you.
that is unique to Nigeria. Even rice. A lot of people think rice came from Asia. We have native
No,
rice
no,
in
no.
Nigeria.
We have a Nigeria rice. They call it local rice. We have our rice. We have
Nigeria,
rice mills in Kano. So
yeah.
we have local granite. We have our local corn.
Mm-hmm.
We have and also we
Yes.
have a lot of natural resources. Let me run them. No, I we cannot go away without mentioning these natural
Okay.
resources.
No,
I
please
will
do.
tell you.
Please, but once you do that, let's finish off with food with this. My early
Mm,
memory of snacking as a child was guguru
mm.
and ekpa. Ekpa is
Oh,
roasted groundnut. They roast it in sand for it to become crisp, and it is naturally salty from the sea sand is what we used to call it. And then
mhm.
guguru is like popcorn. So it's literally
Being
popping
popped
corn.
properly. Some being popped properly. So
Yes, unpopped
unpopped corn.
popping corn. Yeah, it's weird. Unpopped popping corn. And you combine them both. So you get sweet and salty. And my father used to give it to us with black tea because the man couldn't get us milk in his office. So he would give us guguru and ekpa with black tea. Look, that's my childhood. So, okay, food wrapped up. Tell us about our natural resources.
I have a story on that gogoro. So the last time I had gogoro and ekpa,
Yes.
I was doing a short course in Ilorin, and there was this
Mm,
lady that used to sell gogoro and ekpa. She never
mm,
wore any shoe,
mm,
and the way she would call it out, gogoro ekpa re, that's how she used to sing.
mm,
And then we bought from her one day. We then realized the next time when she came by, wanted to buy from her. My
mm,
sister was like, see that woman. Do you think everything's okay with her? You two want to go and buy. This was in 1999. She had no shoes. He said, you better
mm.
sit down before they give you poison. And they used to use the treetop covers. Do you remember?
Yes,
To
to
measure the
measure
granite. Treetop.
how much. Yes.
Yes, they
Oh,
will measure it
memory.
for 1 naira anyway. Okay. So we're spoken about people, food, atmosphere.
Mm,
Yes. Now we talk about the natural resources that we have all over
mm,
Nigeria.
mm-hmm,
Some are even undiscovered.
mm,
So we have iron ore, we have
mm-hmm,
gold, we have
mm-hmm,
diamond, we
mm-hmm,
have chromite and nickel,
mm-hmm,
uranium,
mm-hmm,
copper,
mm-hmm,
gemstone,
mm-hmm,
talc, asbestos, mica, manganese, bitumen,
mm-hmm,
diatomite,
mm-hmm,
salt, glass sand,
mm-hmm,
phosphate,
mm-hmm,
barite, bentonite, clay kaolin,
mm-hmm,
limestone,
mm-hmm,
coal, gypsum,
mm-hmm,
limite,
mm-hmm.
marble, lead/zinc, rutile, molybdenite,
Mm-hmm.
magnesite,
Sissy, mark now.
wolframite,
Don't bite your tongue.
tantalite,
Hey,
columbite,
wow.
catarite, bismuth, silver, and kyanite. Half of those things, have you heard about them? We have gold in Zamfara. I
Sissy, this
actually
is
have a map with all the places where gold can be found.
wow.
And it's in the north. It can be found in Sokoto. It can be
Mm,
found in Zuru, that's in Kebbi
mm,
State, in Niger State, in Funtua. Funtua is in Katsina State, in
mm,
Kano, in
mm-hmm,
Yobe, in
mm-hmm,
Gombe,
mm-hmm.
in Abuja. It can be found in Kogi State. Oh, wow. It
Your
can be
state.
found in Kwara State. Yes. It can be
Mhm.
found in Ekiti State, Osun State,
Oh,
Ogun State, Benin in Edo State. You can find gold.
look, Sissy, and this brings us neatly to what we need to pray for.
Hmm.
Because Nigeria, with all of this, how is it still a third world country? How?
Country.
How? The largest number of people, the and we are intelligent. We're not saying it to hype ourselves up, but because of the struggle we are coming out from, we do excel academically. We have
Mm,
academics in the highest positions all over the world. They don't want to come back. Majority of them, oh, they don't want to come back to, or go back rather, to Nigeria. With all of this, with the natural resources combined, the opportunities, the
mm,
weather, the food, the vibe, everything,
mm.
how is it still a third world country? This is my theory. We go on about the government. We get the government we deserve. I think the problem is us, the people, our mindset. I am praying for a paradigm shift because that's the only thing that I think would get Nigeria out of where it is. Before I go into that, let me once again shout out our sponsors for today, Sims for Home. Thank you for sponsoring Two Nigerian Women. So, Sims for Home offers non contracted SIM card solutions on all major UK networks. If you're considering changing your phone contract, consider Sims for Home. You can get a SIM card to go into your phone. You could also get a modem that would offer you internet in your home. Go check them out. They have very interesting offers on there. It's Sims with a number four home.co.uk. Sims for home.co.uk. The link will be in our description boxes on whatever platform you're listening to. Back to Nigeria. Paradigm shift, Sissy. I
Why that
God.
all of that even intrigues me. There was a young man that graduated from the university around where I am.
Mm,
And this man finished with a third class in Nigeria. A
mm,
third class. He came here and was the best graduating student.
of course.
First class material.
Hmm.
He did a degree, another degree, first class material. He now did a master's. He was still first class material.
Yeah.
What changed? In the same course.
I won't be
What
surprised.
changed?
So you hear
Why
this
are we
thing.
why are we thriving? Why are we thriving when we leave the
Elsewhere.
country and
Mm.
bringing pride? I noticed that Nigerians outside Nigeria are a lot I have more pride in Nigeria than the ones at home. Why?
Sister, there are
All I
so
can think about
many.
is, am I looking at stuff through rose tinted glasses or I'm
No,
thinking
you're not.
about history?
No, you're not. No, you're not. See, if we're honest with ourselves, and it's the human condition, and I'm not saying it's just unique to Nigerians, but Nigerians, if we want things to change, think about how you approach life, especially if you're in Nigeria. Are you
Mm,
all out for yourself? Like, think about the core of it. And like I said, it's human condition. It's not just Nigerians here in the UK. They just hide it well, but at least they progress their society. At least they make
mm,
sure they have drinking water straight out of a tap. At least they make sure their roads are paved. At least they have process and systems. In Nigeria, it's just all for yourself. Let me be self-sufficient. Let me make sure my family is okay. And yes, it's good that that happens. But for the few that can sacrifice for the greater good of the many, they're few and far between. The forefathers, our
mm.
Nnamdi Azikwe, Obafemi, I can't say Obafemi, Awolowo,
I would
Tafawa Balewa, to a
know.
certain extent, from what I
Yes,
know,
yes.
they were the ones who carried that mantle of, we're going to do it for the greater good of the whole. But things have degenerated since then. In school, we're not taught about community. Look at different ethnic groups. I'm not going to mention anyone because I don't want anyone to come with their wahala. We're not talking about them in that sense. But if you see how communities that grow and thrive together, how they approach it, they carry themselves along, not just their family members. They help others so that they themselves can be helped. You can only reap what you sow. So Nigeria of today is a result of what has been sold for generations and is still being sold. If you want,
I also, yeah.
I'm
I
very
also think it's
um,
a, it's a
um,
system.
heated
psyche.
about
No,
it. Yeah.
it is a psyche thing because I find that a lot of people, like we're talking about a particular ethnic group that helps,
Mm,
and once one person is doing it, they want other people. I have another ethnic group that once one person is doing it, they don't want any other person to do it or to be anything, so they can be the lord and lady of the family.
mm,
I never knew I was anything else apart from Nigerian until I moved to another place in Nigeria. When I was in the
mm,
north, nobody made me feel anything other than you're Nigerian. That's all that matters. And when I moved somewhere else, I was made more aware of my my cultural identity. In a sense, it was
Within
pointed out.
Nigeria. Within Nigeria,
You're
you
not
mean?
from this part.
Mm,
You're not from this part. Yeah, you might be one of us, but you're not from here. Don't
mm.
get it twisted. And I was in primary school.
Wow.
So I never knew a difference between myself and the next door person, even though the person was from somewhere totally different in Nigeria till I came to Lagos. Then you
Mm,
notice the divide. You notice the separation.
mm.
You notice the difference. So this thing didn't start today.
Oh no, it didn't.
Something gone on has gone significantly wrong over time. And as the years come along, the divide is getting wider and wider and more obvious as well.
It pains
Because
me.
now the cracks are evident that you cannot even pretend that that we are different. You can't even pretend anymore. It's glaring. With the sham of election that we had this year in Nigeria, it was
Mm.
even more obvious.
Do you know what shocked me? I would tell you what shocked me about the elections. We grew up knowing about tribalism. So all these isms that that's said in the first world country, the racism, the sexism, the
Mm,
ageism, um, they are terrible, terrible attitudes to have. But if you've never encountered tribalism,
mm,
you've not experienced a certain type of hate that is so
mm,
unwarranted and so evil in its outcome. The hate that comes with tribalism is disconcerting because you're the same skin color, you are the same sex, you are even you are in the same geographical location in terms of a country, yet you hate each other
mm.
because your ancestors probably fought some silly war years ago. I
Oh,
don't
dear.
understand. Okay, they had a dispute over land, the Biafran War. I understand where that started and originated from, but when the war was over, the conqueror got the spoils, so to speak. Fine. Why are you still fighting that battle? Why do you want to revive it on either side? Because you have the people from the west and the north saying do not trust the man from the east who wants to better the life of the whole country, not just the East. What is this nonsense? It's
I
a
feel very bad because
in
where I
the
am from,
population. Yeah, go on.
yeah, where I'm from in Nigeria, I've been greatly, greatly, greatly marginalized. So I understand where the people from the east are coming from, the Igbos are coming from.
Mm-hmm,
Imagine you are a major ethnic group, but you have been marginalized all from the very beginning. There is nothing that anybody in their mind
mm-hmm.
they feel like, I don't know, you can't be trusted. And you cannot even be given anything significant, and you are a major ethnic. It is unfair. It is
We're not
very
even
unfair,
talking
and
about
it's
that,
not right.
Sissy. Sissy, we're not even talking about that. When I'm saying, what I'm trying to, and you're right, it's unfair. Marginalization is wrong in any context. It's wrong. What we're talking
Mm,
about is for those who are rehashing past grievances, past quote unquote crimes, and using that as the yardstick on determining who is right to lead the country. It has nothing to do with tribe, is the point. It has to do with policy. What is this manifest that this person is touting? Not
Mm.
where are they from? Forget where they are from. They are Nigerian. They are Nigerian.
Enough.
Here in the
Enough.
UK, we have a British Prime Minister whose ancestors are not Caucasian. In America,
Or
Barack Obama was president.
the way of Kenya.
Exactly. So please, what are you saying? The point is this person going to deliver? Not because they are Yoruba, not even because they are Igbo. Are they going to deliver? Do they have the track record? Do they have yes, charisma is what projects a certain sense of confidence. Do they have that to convince you that they are going to do something that is good for the whole country, not just for you? Because that is where the
Mm.
selfishness comes from. They are looking out for themselves that this person will serve this tribe better. What in the world are you talking about? You have the government you deserve. You unfortunately, as a consequence of that, have a life that you are now living. Make up your
Mm.
mind. What do you want in life? Just to enjoy life or in fact, just to survive. Oyinka Owenu released a song years ago around Nigerian Independence Day. It's called Nigeria, My Beloved Country. And there's a lyric I will never forget. I was a child. And she says,
That was that wasn't Eureka. That was Fumi Adams. Is it
"Ah, my
Nigeria,
beloved
my
country." Is
beloved
it Fumi Adams?
country?
I
Fumi
stand
Adams.
corrected. I'm so sorry, Fumi Adams. I'm sorry, ma. Ma Binu, do not be offended. It says, I know that we have a great potential to do more than
Mm.
just survive. A lot of
Mm.
Nigerians just want to survive. They just want to survive. You need to live.
Yeah.
When you come to countries like this, you realize you are living below a sense of true living. You need to
Mm.
do more than just survive. And that's our prayer for you. The two Nigerian women are praying that the mindsets would change of every individual,
Yep.
even us. We are continually renewing our mind as Christians. We
Yep.
constantly renew
Yep.
our minds. And the idea is with God, this country will change because there's so many good things. We've gone through the facts, we've gone through the laughing, the food, the culture. Let us pray for this change in mindset. On this note, we'd like to say Happy
Move,
Independence Day,
move on
Nigeria.
together. Move on together in love.
Together,
Intentionally move on together in love.
let's say Happy Independence Day, Sissy, and close out this
Yeah.
episode. Go on, Sissy.
Happy Independence Day, Nigeria. I can't wait for the day that you would take your place in the
Mm,
world,
mm,
on the world stage, and be somewhere that Nigerian citizens are proud of, and
mm.
we can have a great return. People that want to come back, because there are a lot of people that want to come back home, but they just can't right now. I'm praying that Nigeria is better. It is one of my prayer
Amen.
points, but I am praying that Nigeria gets better for us, for our children, for our children's children, and our
Right?
generations to come. All of us cannot be abroad. It's not possible. We still have family in Nigeria.
Mm.
I
It
am
is well.
praying that the country makes a turn for good, and God will give
Amen.
us good, great, awesome leaders. We need that.
Amen.
Leaders
Mm.
that are there to serve, not be served,
But also pray for
that have
yourself.
a servant attitude.
Pray for yourselves that God will take out what is not of Him in terms of your mindset, which unfortunately
Mm.
is inadvertently feeding the situation that we're in as a whole.
Yeah.
Please, we're praying. We're not lily white, so we too, we're also renewing our mind, like we said. Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless you all. Happy Independence Day, Nigeria. Nigeria at 63. Nigeria, we hail thee. Eh?
Mm.
Okay, it's been two Nigerian women. We hope you join us for our episodes. This has been a special. We release episodes every Wednesday. And thank you once again to our sponsors, and we'll see you in the next episode. Say bye bye, Sissy.
Bye.